Imagine waking up in the middle of the night, glancing out your window, and the moon is gone. Not hiding behind clouds, not a lunar eclipse, just gone. An empty sky where our brightest nightlight used to be. No warning, no explanation, just darkness. How long would it take for people to realize something is terribly wrong? And what would actually happen to Earth if the moon suddenly vanished? For billions of years, the moon has quietly shaped life on our planet. It pulls on our oceans, helps keep Earth stable, controls the tides, and even plays a role in our seasons. Most of the time, we barely think about it. But without the moon, Earth would be a very different place. And if it disappeared overnight, the consequences would begin almost immediately. At first, it would just feel wrong. The night sky would look strangely empty. Cities that normally get a soft wash of moonlight would be darker than ever. Animals that rely on the moon to navigate, hunt, or migrate would be thrown into confusion. Sea turtles, birds, insects, many species would suddenly lose one of their most reliable natural signals. And that's only the start. Within hours, the oceans would begin to change. The moon's gravity pulls on Earth's water, creating the familiar rise and fall of the tides. Take the moon away, and that pull disappears. The tides wouldn't go completely flat. The sun still creates weaker tides, but instead of dramatic highs and lows, we'd be left with smaller, shallow shifts in sea level. Coastal ecosystems that depend on strong, regular tides, mangroves, coral reefs, tidal marshes, would begin to struggle. Many fish and marine species that rely on tidal movement to feed, spawn, or migrate would suddenly find their patterns broken, forcing them into survival mode. Then something even more serious would start to unfold. Earth itself would become less stable. The moon acts like a kind of cosmic stabilizer, helping keep our planet tilted at about 23.5 degrees. That tilt is what gives us seasons. Without the moon to steady us, Earth's tilt could start to wobble over long periods of time. Not in days or weeks, but over thousands or millions of years. Some scientists think the planet could eventually tilt as much as 45 degrees, or even flip onto its side. Imagine a world where Antarctica faces the sun and begins to melt, where the Sahara turns into a lush, tropical forest, where countries that are chilly today become scorching hot and warm regions freeze over. Seasons would grow extreme and unpredictable. Some places might endure endless summers, others could be trapped in long, brutal winters. And that still might not be the worst part. Without the moon's gravitational influence, Earth's rotation would also change over very long timescales. Right now, the moon is slowly slowing down our spin, giving us 24-hour days. Remove it, and that braking effect disappears. Over millions of years, Earth could rotate faster. Days might shrink to 12 hours, or even less. That would mean more sunrises and sunsets, but also stronger winds, more intense storms, and a climate that becomes increasingly harsh and difficult for many species, including us, to adapt to. Even our view of the universe would feel different. Without the moon's glow, the stars would look sharper and brighter than most of us have ever seen. The Milky Way would stretch across the sky like a glowing river of light. It would be breathtaking and unsettling, a beautiful, constant reminder that something familiar is missing. Human life would be affected in ways we don't always think about. Ancient lunar calendars would suddenly fall apart. Cultures that have tracked time by the phases of the moon for thousands of years would lose a key part of their rhythm. Farmers who still rely on lunar cycles for planting and harvesting would have to adjust. And millions of animals that have evolved to live by lunar light, wolves, owls, countless nocturnal hunters and prey, would be forced to adapt or disappear. The moon also plays a subtle protective role. Over billions of years, it has taken countless hits from asteroids and comets that might otherwise have headed our way. Without it, a bit more space debris could end up crossing Earth's path, slightly raising the chances of future impacts. On top of all that, there's the emotional shock. The moon has been part of human experience since the beginning. It's woven into our myths, religions, stories, art, and science. It guided sailors, inspired poets, and fueled our first steps into space. Losing it wouldn't just be an astronomical event, it would feel like losing a piece of our identity. A silent companion that watched over Earth for billions of years. Suddenly gone. So, what if the moon disappeared overnight? The world wouldn't explode. There wouldn't be instant planet-wide destruction. Life wouldn't end in a single night. But our planet would slowly grow stranger, more unstable, and more dangerous. Oceans, seasons, climate, wildlife, even the length of our days would drift into a new and unpredictable future. Earth would still be Earth, just not the one we know. The moon isn't just a pretty light in the sky. It's one of the reasons life on this planet looks the way it does, and without it, the world would never be the same again. So now I'm curious. If you looked up tonight and the moon was truly gone, what's the first thing you would do? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more mind-bending what-if mysteries. Until next time.